In today's episode, Seth relives one of the greatest regrets of his retro life.
I probably threw out what today would be worth $4,000 or $5,000 worth of boxes.
This channel is made possible by Patreon. My buddy Seth has a house filled with some of the greatest retro gaming artifacts I've personally ever come across, including some that were once part of the original collection I had with Dad.
It's awful mail!
Awful mail?
My name is Seth. I've been a video game collector for almost 40 years now. A lot of the video games and some of the games that you see around me I've had since I was a little kid. Obviously I didn't buy them, my parents bought them. I remember when I bought this house, this room was just empty and had all these shelves. And I started with just one section, putting all my games, literally fit in like 3 shelves. And it just kind of kept, then I'd call my parents and say, I think there's stuff, can you bring those to me? And it just kept bringing more and more stuff. Remember there was this plastic suitcase that I had full of Nintendo Powers and just all these different, bring that. And really it was more me collecting my stuff again, but also helping them get rid of the stuff in their house. I had a friend that had some of my stuff that I let him borrow years ago. Oh, you have that? He brought it over one day. Oh, bring that next time you come visit. So all my parents were bringing stuff to me and I was finding new stuff, and then I found garage sales and I found all kinds of cool stuff in garage sales.
But for as many games as Seth added to his arsenal, there were spaces on his shelf filled with regret.
There was a time after college I was about to be moving around again, and I probably threw out what today would be worth $4,000 or $5,000 worth of boxes. It started with trying to save the boxes, making them flat, and tossing out the little styrofoam rectangular prism that's in there, pitching it, and then it became a why am I keeping the cardboard? I had an incredible collection of my original Nintendo NES boxes. I have the original Rob box, the original Zapper box, a whole bunch of NES games, including the big box Gyromite, the stack up game, Arkanoid's big box with the Voss controller, and Mike Tyson's Punch Out, all my black box games. And I will tell you, I kept that stuff minty, as clean as can be. I still have the games, I still have the manuals, I still have the sleeves. The boxes, for some reason, just seemed like a waste of time. My brain literally said the C word, cardboard. It's just cardboard. Who cares?
Who cares would prove disastrous, while regret slowly set in.
It did not happen for a while. But as collecting became more of a hobby for me, and I saw, especially on like price charting where it shows you a game and then it shows you complete and then new, and I saw some of the prices of the complete versus the single game, then I was like, oh man, there's just so much that just went into landfill. That was just stupid. Man, was that stupid. I remember when I started putting this stuff up on the shelves and remembering there was a lot more that just I was shocked that I had some of the stuff that I had, that I'd accidentally not destroyed it. I still have all the toys that came with Rob and the game and Stack Up and the blocks and the tool. I just don't have the box. I mean, shoot, if you look up just one of those boxes could be worth $400 or $500. Stack Up, I think alone, it goes from a $100 game, add the instruction manual, it's another $100-something, and then add the box, it's like $500 more. It's how rare that box was. Oh, what did I do? Why did I throw that out? I would warn people, sometimes if you can keep it and it's not a big deal to get rid of it one way or another, don't. If at the very least, if you're gonna get rid of it, don't pitch it. Find somebody else who shares your hobby and see if they want it. If I had not gotten back into collecting, if I had sold them at a garage sale, I wouldn't have cared. Of course, somebody would have told me the value of them at one time. Oh man, those are worth a lot of money. Oh, why would I have been so stupid to get rid of them? Well, everybody does that. Knowing what I know now and how it changed a little bit, sometimes it changes your vector a little bit, and that kept me from being too picky with games and too picky with boxes and requiring or being that like obsessed with getting a boxed whatever, or even thinking about, oh, I have to complete this to completion and get a stadium events. Not only just stadium events, but I have to get a boxed stadium events. And not only just a boxed one, I have to get a graded boxed stadium events. Something that would be $100,000, but instead, I'm fine with not having it.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to be fine with just not having it. That's when you learn to appreciate what you do have.
I think when it comes to collecting, it depends on why you collect in the first place. Some people want to just play the games again for a little bit. They had a little bit of fun. They like to, every once in a while have that retro Saturday night where they bring their friends over, pull out an N64, get the, orange soda and pizza. For me, these games, those were given to me by my parents. They were given to me by my grandparents who are no longer with me. So I think kind of part of it was my need to kind of complete things. Nostalgia for my grandparents and parents. The fact that I didn't live with my grandparents in the same part of the country, only saw them sparingly. When they came to visit, there was always holiday presents and birthday presents and, oh, this is from grandma and grandpa. That kind of, yeah.
Collecting video games is more than just filling up a shelf. It's about the people we played them with, the friends who made them fun, and the family who helped put them on those shelves. Over the course of your retro life, you're going to have regrets like, say, throwing away thousands of dollars worth of NES boxes. So, be like Seth and replace that regret with a silver lining. The My Retro Life series is made possible by patrons like you, including our VIP patrons, Michael Burns, Stephen Bayman, Sean Campbell, Marcus Schneider, Jost Langen, Jiamp, Evan J., Drew Nackreiner, David Lee Martins, Ninebreaker, and to all of our other patrons, Sam Kidd, Armando Corneggio, Sergio Huerta, Kevin O'Toole, JLove81, Emilium, Karen McClin, Eric Plunk, Michael Kladzinski, Jose Vela Jr., Derek Renner, Robert Salcido, Joe Lorenko, The Mighty Megalink, Ahmed Mara, Chris Sims, Derek, What About Brunch, Kevin Radigan, Obed Velez, Jeremy Piper, Lance G, Dave from MySpace, John Jones, Rafael Helmus Silva, and James Flannelberg. Thank you guys so much.